Hey, welcome back, guys, on this second part here on creating this authentication based on user roles. All right, so in the last lecture, we left it here in the app routes where we're going to be implementing another route in here, right? So what we need here is another route, like I mentioned. I'm just going to copy this guy here, right here. I'm just going to copy. Let me see what I got. This is the admin here. Okay. And I'm just going to paste that in here. And this would be user admin. I'm just going to call this user admin, just like that. Let me just put this. This would be something else. Let me just put user dashboard, or let's just make a dashboard, just like that. Simple as that, all right? And let me actually, you know what? Let's put that in here on top, and let's put dashboard right here, right? And here I'm gonna have everything that is after admin, and this is gonna be a little bit more specific. So I'm just gonna take that in there like that, all right? So this is gonna be a regular dashboard, and this is gonna be an admin, all right? And yeah, let's make sure that element is the right element that we need to have for that. First of all, we need to create a component for the dashboard for the user. So in here, let's go ahead and create a file called user dashboard, or should I say a component, right? So user dashboard.js sets. And of course, it's just going to be a regular component. So let's just do this one here. Let's call this user dashboard. Dashboard. I like to put the B just like that sometimes, but you don't have to. You could do it like this because it's one dashboard is just one word. So I'm just gonna do it normally like regular people do. But you know, so I'm just gonna return just some some text here, user dashboard. There we go. All right, and let's go back into the. Let me just take all this out of here. We'll deal with that. We'll come back to that. Let's go to app routes. And right here, I'm going to import, actually right here, I'm going to import the user dashboard. So user. There we go. You know what? I am not, let me see, exporting this correctly. User dashboard, there we go. All right. That in here just like that. And this would be in components, and then that would be user dashboard. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and copy that guy out, and let's paste it. And actually this, well, yeah, it does need to be protected. I was not gonna allow it to be protected, but that's fine. Let's, yeah, let's just put it right here, and we don't need to pass in the user, right? And this would be just, what we're gonna pass in here is just the auth. Let me see, require admin. We don't need to pass in this require role here because we don't require it, right? So all we need is the auth user in the dashboard. So auth user right here. All right, because we already have the user here, so he's already authenticated, so we can just pass it down there. All right, so perfect. All right, let's go to the protected routes. Just before, let me just put the require role here on protected, and let's just make sure that this one, instead of admin, is user. All right, make sure you save your files, okay? So let's go to the protected routes file or component, protected route. And here's what we're going to be playing around with. So let's go here and let's improvise just a little bit. And let's just say, let's just detect if it's not the user, then I'm going to return. Let's go ahead and return this guy here. Just like that. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add this property here, or this attribute, if you want to call it that, that is going to prevent the user from going back to the protected area, wherever that place is. So when they hit the back button, it's going to remove that previous history from the browser. All right. I don't know if you ever visited some websites where you go to a page, and then when you press back, you can't press back because it doesn't allow you to press back in the browser. That's because the history has been deleted. So this replace property will allow us to do that. All right. So we're going to just remove that from the history of the browser. All right. So then here, what we can do is we can have another if statement, and we can say if the required role and the user, and we can access that role of the user because we're going to have it. We're going to have that second data in the local storage. It's not equal to require role. This is the require role we're getting from here. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's just return this guy. Let's just use this. And we're going to say return, navigate to the dashboard, right? Let me see. If the require role and the user role not require role, then we'll go into the user, the regular user dashboard, right? And this here will go into login if it's not authenticated. And then if anything, if he is authenticated, then we'll just return the children, right? If is his admin or whatever, right? Whatever we set it up to be. Whatever button we click, the admin should be logging into the admin. And if it's not admin, should be redirecting it to the dashboard. And then we'll just make sure that they're not able to go back either here. Okay? Super simple. So let's go back to our application and see if this works, all right? So let's go here, let's log out. All right, this is not logging out. I'm clicking on it. All righty, let me inspect it real quick and let's see. Let's look at the console. Cannot update component app while rendering different component. Login to locate batch set state. Follow the stack trace as described. Warning. Okay, I think I have a pretty good idea why this is actually happening. So let's go into our login, and I will try to explain it to you, even though it might take a couple lectures to do that. All right. So login, what's going on here? The error here doesn't actually describe exactly what's going on, but you have to kind of guess. Well, not guess, but you have to have a little bit of experience with this. And I do have experience with this framework, having this problem before when I first started. So what's going on here is the way that React handles this call here to this function. So remember that this onClick, it's not the onClick that we get on regular HTML. All right, this is the JS sets, and this is a onClick for React. You can see that the uppercase C here. The onClick for regular HTML doesn't have that. So what I'm saying is that this onClick is different from the regular HTML. This is React. So React, behind the scenes, the way that we are calling this function handle login is going to react, or should I say, run this function automatically once the component mounts. So this is going to create this type of error here because of the way React works behind the scenes, all right? Again, the way that we are calling here, this code here, it's making this function execute right away when the component renders instead of waiting for a click from the user. Now, a better way to do this would be to use an arrow function like this. That way we can wait for the user to click instead of running this function automatically. Now, of course, this is just the way that the framework actually works. Once we save that, that should take care of that, all right? All right, so let's go here and take that out and log out. You can see that that works, all right? So let's go ahead and log in as a regular user, right? Perfect. But we try to access admin, we're not able to. We are redirected back to dashboard. We log out and we log in as Edwin, and it says user dashboard. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. Let's go back into that button there, and let's see. We handle the login, we pass that in, and right here where we navigate, of course, it's trying to navigate where he's not supposed to, right? This here, what I'm gonna do is I wanna set some conditions here. If, we pass this value here, I want, the user to be redirected to admin. If not, I want the user to be redirected to the regular dashboard. So we need to render this, we need to put a condition there to make this work. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, let's just do that here. So I'm gonna say if the role is equal to admin, then I want to redirect to the admin. Else, let's redirect to the dashboard. Simple as that. All right, let's see if this works. If it doesn't, we'll deal with it. And let me see something here. Another thing here, navigating should be going to, well, that's fine. Let's go ahead. Let's try this. And let's log in. All right, so the user right here obviously is a admin user. We can check this out on the application, and we can see that it says admin here. So now when I log out, right, log in here, we're still being redirected to dashboard, right? Let's go ahead and put admin in here, and that should take care of the issue. Log in, there we go. All right, so log out, and then we try to log in as a regular user, and we're redirected here, right? Now we can fix this, of course, and take this off if this is a regular user, so they don't even see this button here. That's a very easy fit there. So let's go to the nav bar and let's play around with this a little bit. Let's see. Right here we are. Let me see where we can check for this. So what we can do here is we can show this button not only if it's regular, this is true, but we can also show it depending on the role. So what we can do is we can say, we can grab this dollar symbol and we can say role, just like that. All right, and the role equals, let's do strict here, admin. We save that, and we should be good. And you can see now that it actually does work. So let's log out, and let's log in as this guy. And now when we go home, we can see the admin button. So one thing that I'm actually forgetting here is, let me go back in here. I think I had this on my radar. I was thinking about it. And is this here? We are, we're not supposed to be doing this stuff here. We're making our app work a little harder here because we are redirecting all the users into admin, and then from admin we are detecting stuff, and redirecting back to where they're supposed to go. So what I want to do is from here, I want to make sure that they are sent to the right place. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and I'm going to check this. let me go back in here. Oops, what the? Sorry about that. Let me just do that here. And what I'm gonna do, since we don't have the role here, let me go and say auth user. Yeah, sorry about that. Auth user.role. Super simple. Yeah. And another thing that I want to do here is I want to add some dependencies here. So when this changes to, so this depends on this navigate as well. All right. All righty. Yeah. Again, if I didn't explain it, the dependencies are very good here to put in here because they're not needed 100% all the time. But yeah, if you want to write good code, they are, because this ensures that React reruns the effect, this guy here, this function, when it's actually needed. The use effect hook, and I always forget, I always call this the effect, okay? I always call that the effect. Anyway, yeah, this looks pretty good. Isn't that awesome, guys? You guys are learning really cool stuff here, right? I'm really glad that you're here, you're sticking with these lectures, and you're going to become a lot better, right? Now, let me explain to you a little bit about what I'm doing here for those of you that don't actually know. So this in JavaScript, I believe is called the optional chaining, all right? This is just going to avoid a couple different things that could happen, just in case this role here is null or it's undefined. It's not going to be crashing our app, okay? It's just gonna prevent some errors for us, all right? We don't have to do this optional question mark here if we didn't want to, but it's just good to have it here, all right? If the auth user exists, then this is checked, or if the auth user is null or undefined, it's not going to crash our app. It simply returns undefined. All right. So it's good to use it. This is the reason why it was made. It's just gonna avoid a lot of problems. All right. Anyway, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like it, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it on social media. Let's make this channel big so we can help out a lot of people. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Coding Faculty, welcome to the club. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next lecture. Take care.